have the cartoon. It was in
You
your,
grabbed
your
it?
newsletter. Yeah.
Okay. So I bought that cartoon, so feel free to use it. I have
you
the
did?
rights to use it.
Okay.
Well, I have the rights to use it gingerly.
Okay.
You know, for $11, they don't give you tons of rights. But I love it. I love kind of implementing the humor.
Right. So I'm sorry. It's Eva Greenwald.
Yep. Hold on.
EVA.
EVA Greenwald.
WALD.
WALD. Hold on though.
All right.
Eva Greenwald. What email address do I send it to? Please tell me you got the email, crazy.
You should send.
Oh, come on. What time is it? Oh, we have a minute.
9:59.
It's all right.
Nancy Moon. Is she coming on? Just listen to your call. I'm on a project at 9:55.
1
so
minute,
I can't
16
get on the call.
seconds
Figured this out
remain in dead
earlier.
air. File
All
5
right.
minutes.
She's heading back to Cuba. That's not going to work for us today. Hold on. Let me get crazy Eva sending her email. Are these mine?
Those are yours.
Okay. My mother told me, my mother was so positive last week, she told me how tired I looked. I wanted to knock her out. How's that? How's that for
How's that for motivation?
Kid?
Yeah, seriously.
What not to do to your
What
kids?
not to do to your kids
But they're
by
listening.
Denise's mom.
I forwarded you the name.
Eva Greenwald is calling in at 10:30. Am I
Send it to you.
screaming? Eva Greenwald
send it
is
to
calling.
you, Eric.
Tell me your first name again.
Eric.
I'm much more of a visualist.
That's
I'm
okay.
going to have to ask you a few times.
That's fine.
Okay, Eric,
Yeah.
Rob, Josh.
I think I'm still Rob.
So I sent
What's
you
that young
Josh,
cartoon.
who's that back there? Is Ian is back there.
Cartoon,
Okay.
And it also has Eva's name in there.
Brian, Tracy, Marty, all floating around as well.
Okay.
And John.
We have to talk after this. Like, this is like
God, I have
crazy.
no idea when I'm going to have time.
Some crazy materialization of craziness. How do we look?
We're all getting better.
We're looking better? I don't want my mother to tell me I look like an old hag again.
Okay. Sounds good. Well, you don't want to Rob?
Dude, your mic is on. My husband is typing and saying your mic is on, so they're listening to all that.
Or no, Eric?
How can the mic?
Do you want one directly
Sorry,
on Rob?
I brought the audio down.
Do you want one directly on Rob?
No, that's me, Rob. Sorry, that's my bad.
Okay.
No, my husband just said mic is hot.
No, on
Yeah, on
video
YouTube.
side.
Yeah, on the
Okay,
video
that's
side.
fine.
Yeah, that's my bad.
No sweat, no problem.
Let's take that out so my mother doesn't not like me.
Godspeed, one and all.
Okay. My husband just said he heard everything. I don't know what that means. Are we supposed to be getting paranoid? All right.
All right, we should be okay now. And away we go.
Hersam Acorn
Okay.
newspapers.
Am I looking straight ahead? Rob, you gotta help me out here.
Yeah, straight ahead.
Yep, look straight ahead. I don't know what camera I'm on.
What camera is
Oh,
this?
I'm on one at all.
Do you talk to her?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
That would be good to know.
Is this good? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. All right, Rob, you're here. Denise, you're here. This is your
Is
camera.
that the anti-wrinkle?
You look great. You really do.
Anti-wrinkle, no
You
double
look great.
chin?
In local news, sports, arts, and entertainment in southwestern Connecticut.
All right, you ready for this?
I'm ready. I'm as ready as I'm going to be today.
I know. Well, let me make some adjustments here on my end. Go for it, Denise. Good morning.
Good morning. Welcome to The Drive with Denise DiGrigoli, and my friend Rob Adams is with me today. We're live from Bailey Ave every Friday at 10 a.m. The Drive is about how you feel yourself, your mind, your body, your lifestyle. No, sorry, your mind, your body, spirit creates your lifestyle.
Are we sure?
Slow down, Denise. You know why I'm sort of off track today? Because I plan to be here. I was off last week for vacation, and I planned to be here on time so we could have a catch-up meeting, and I lost my wallet.
That'll do it.
That'll do it. Today's topic is something that a friend of mine brought up to me because I struggle with it, so I avoid it, which is taking vacation. Do you know anything about that subject?
No, not me.
You know, the United States is one of the only places where there isn't a national policy on vacation.
I do know that.
You knew that?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm not going to start wheeling all the statistics.
Wheel and deal.
The idea is why taking vacation can be so dreaded. For me, I struggle with it. I feel like, I need to be working all the time. I need to be productive. There's so many things on my to-do list that sometimes my weekends become work ends. Do you have work ends instead of weekends?
Yes. Yes, I do.
So do you think it's that we're addicted to all our to-do lists, or the adrenaline of getting a lot of stuff done, or that we love what we do so much, or is it just that we created the hamster wheel?
I think there's a little bit of everything. I love what I do, for one thing, so that's certainly a factor. There's a big part of me that doesn't mind sitting at home, or I'll be in a ballpark tomorrow calling a baseball game. It's what I love. But there's also that inner dedication that has to get the job done.
Yes.
So there's an internal struggle as well, because as you know, I have a son.
I know.
So it's like,
And you're
okay,
busy.
Sean's sitting upstairs, I'm downstairs, my laptop in my lap, or I'm sitting with him with my. So there's a balance and a struggle, and we all do it.
Yeah. We do that at home, too. We try to say to Ava, don't be on the electronics so much, but then you're glued to your computer doing whatever it is you need to do for work.
Exactly.
So when my friend said, you know what, Denise, instead of talking about what I had on the docket to talk about, she said, talk about vacation. And I've just come back from spending a great weekend, actually 6 days with my brother and his family in Florida.
Mm-hmm.
And I also read a statistic in preparing for today that the average person takes 4 days and 8 hours to relax into a vacation. Okay, well, that means I would have spent that whole time on the plane coming back.
Yeah.
So I thought to myself, I need to come out of my comfort zone, right? It's about moving your boundaries, coming out of your comfort zone. Now, for me, this time it took about a day and a half, and we ended up having a great time. So stepping away from the daily grind and finding how to change your rhythm, creating a new perspective, and recharging your batteries is what we're talking about today. And we have some people, I think, that will be calling in regarding some great tips that they have for how they relax and how they get themselves out the door on vacation. I have Eva Greenwald calling in. She owns a wonderful travel agency in Westport, and she's going to share with us some ideas on what her clients do for vacation that might be out of the norm. Because it doesn't always, I happen to be a person that loves to go to a spa, but maybe you don't have to go to a spa to have a really great vacation.
Sure.
Right. So when I was leaving for Florida, I thought, okay, I need to get a whole bunch of stuff done before I can get out of here. And even the week before, we planned out what was going to be on. I don't know if you guys ran the show last week on keeping course with family gatherings.
I reran the show from the previous Friday.
From the previous Friday,
yes.
Exactly. Because it was a holiday weekend, and the idea was how to stay on course at family gatherings and not lose your marbles.
Exactly.
So this kind of picks up from that, because after that show, we had an absolutely incredible time. And I think it's because we let go. Letting go is the hardest part. And one of the tips I have for that is creating a little buffer before you leave. So instead of, usually I just jam all the work in right up to the 11th hour, we're working. We're trying to set up as many contingency plans as we can so people get their things done and everything's executed. Give yourself a buffer. be done. Make a plan to be done by 6 o'clock. Maybe 5 o'clock. I don't know, whatever it is. Give yourself time so you're not jamming to the last minute. That I found helped a lot. The other thing I am challenged with all the time is delegating, but authentically delegating. Not delegating and helicoptering it.
Right.
Delegating. So the greatest thing about that was I delegated a lot of things off, and believe it or not, they all got done. So I think by empowering other people and really letting them feel your confidence in them really helped me this trip.
Good.
How about you? Did you take any time off? I thought you took time off.
Yeah, that's
I don't think you took any time off.
I did
You
take a
kind of
day.
promised you were going to take time off.
I did. I'll
right.
spare you the long details, but I did plan to take a day off. Something happened. I wound up right in the office and spent the entire Friday there. And
I hope
it
after-
happens. I mean, when you take ownership of something, it happens.
Okay, yeah. Well, and being a small business owner, I understand that because
Right.
you're always on. You're never not on. And then when you're in your job, any position that you hold where you have ownership of something, you want it to be great. But I hope after this show you're going to plan in your week off.
Boy, I hope so.
Can we get that on the books for you?
We can try to get that on the books for me.
Okay.
We've got a great spring schedule of games coming up too. So I'm trying to get a weekend in the middle of all that to take Sean away. So
Okay. You have to change
we'll
it to
we'll talk
I
a
am.
little more.
Yeah, we're gonna talk
There's another factor in all of that. We'll talk about that off air.
Off air, okay. In 2011, Intuit had a study that, and if for those of you that don't know who Intuit is, they run and produce the program QuickBooks. So many of us small business owners use QuickBooks. And they said that 82% of small business owners didn't take a vacation. And I read some other statistic like there's 500 million days that are out there that the American population doesn't take. Conversely, Sweden has 5 weeks paid vacation, and they have what they call a collective restorative nature. So the population is used to taking downtime and being restored. Kind of sets the tone. And the closest we have to that here in the United States is the Christmas and New Year's break.
Right.
So play is equally as important because play brings in anticipation, surprise, pleasure. It's as important to adults, and I mean, it's as important to adults as it is to kids. So what can we do to get ramped up for a vacation and get our mindset in moving in that direction? I think it starts with a daily routine. Like in your daily routine, do you take 5 minutes off in between these shows? I know we're back to back sometimes here.
Not often, no.
So there's-
And you know that about me. I'm not the best at taking a breath.
This show is for you today.
Oh, thank you.
Anyways, and for me, because I have a hard time, and I feel very successful having spent 5 days away and actually not calling into the office every single day. That's very unusual for me.
Yeah.
So I guess what I would say on a daily routine is kind of estimate your battery life. Figure out where you have little breaks in the day and figure out what you can do. Now, in corporations here in America, we do see lunch walks. We see, yoga stretches. We see maybe Weight Watcher programs. I say beyond that, maybe if you have a huge project, schedule in every 2 hours a 10-minute break. What does that mean? Maybe that means calling Sean, calling a loved one, writing a couple thank you notes you hadn't had time to write. Like, just take that break and toggle the mind. When you start to implement those little tiny things in your daily routine, which are not always, much easier said than done, I think that when it comes time to plan a vacation, you've made those little tweaks and twacks so it's easier. I know I'm the kind of person that sits around and says, oh, it's Troy's fault. He doesn't plan the vacation. I want to go to Italy. He's done nothing about it. And
Poor Troy.
Yeah, poor Troy. I tell all my friends I'm going to Italy and we're going to take the cycling bike ride, but we never do it. You know why? Because we haven't made it a priority. It seems scary to us to leave our businesses, and it feels like who will get the job done? And what will our customers think if we're not there? And guess what? I'm the spokesperson for 6 days off, and everybody's still there, and nobody's jumped ship, thank God. So that's why I have Eva calling in today, because I always talk to Eva and my friend Sharon Cannon about taking a vacation in Italy, and I need someone to kind of push me over the edge to do it. I think that when you plan a vacation, it's important to get buy-in. So whether you're going with a family member, your entire family, a loved one, whatever, if you get that, it's anything. It's like team sports. Let's bring it back to sports for you.
Right.
Right?
Love
when
sports.
When the team is involved, we move the ball forward down the court. So it was kind of fun when my friend suggested to do this show today because it's making me move my ball down the court and jump starting with a 6-day vacation. I think relationships are enhanced, enriched. I think that that's the glue that binds us together, right? You can take your son to all these great sporting events and be his cheerleader when he's in sporting events or whatever he's involved in. We have friends that are involved in theater. Ava's involved in skiing. It's wonderful, but I think that time away, and I've talked about it before in our show, that left brain, right brain. The left brain is the analytical side, the mathematical side. The creative side is the right brain. And sometimes we make a judgment that I can't be both.
Yeah.
But when you use both, new solutions, new ideas come in. And often it happens on vacation, right?
Right.
You're in a foreign place, even South Florida. We're eating food that we don't normally eat. We're in the sunshine with palm trees we don't normally see. And so it gives your brain a little something different to think about. And with that, I think new ideas, well, for me, new ideas have come in. So I use a system called mind mapping. And every time I go to prepare for a show, I do a lot of research, talking to friends, colleagues, whatnot. And I put together an outline. But today, I put together an outline in a mind map. So it helped me retain it better. It helped me synthesize it better. But had I not been on vacation, I wouldn't have thought to do this.
Yeah.
Yet I teach this in my classes. So weird. So like the skill sets that we have are almost revived, reused. Make sense?
It does.
Yeah, I know. You're hesitating. I can tell you don't want to take a vacation.
No, I do want to. But anyway, I'll explain off air.
So when you're taking a vacation, you have to manage people's expectations. And I had the hardest time.
Oh, I agree.
Now, Troy will say, I'm not calling in, Linda. Don't bother to look for me. Text me only if there's an emergency. To me, that's almost like taking my eyelash hairs out. Like,
Yeah.
what?
Yeah.
We're not going to call in? But I didn't do it this time. And you know what? Everything was incredibly successful. That tells me that maybe I overmanage. Maybe that's not the right thing to do.
Right.
Right?
Yeah.
Do you overmanage? Do you call
No,
in?
I don't think I overmanage at all, but I feel more of a responsibility probably than I let on.
No, I sense your responsibility.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
But I don't know that I overmanage, but I know, and I probably have told this story before when I went to Florida last year and I took my computer with me, and even though I was told to shut down, I was only there a day or so, and I went to listen to one of our games. It was one of the first games I was missing on HAN, and all of a sudden I had dead air on my phone. And I went, uh-oh. And before I could text John or Josh or Marty, my phone rang, and it was Marty.
Oh.
And it was nothing, and it was this mixer we have right here in front of me today. And it was a matter of send me a picture of it. So they texted me a picture, which is the beauty of technology. Thank goodness they could do that.
Right.
And all I said was, press that button.
Press that button.
And away they went. But it was always on my mind. Helping these guys was always on my mind. So, no, I couldn't completely check out. I felt too responsible.
And you know what? If the truth be told, I think business owners or people that are responsible to something they're growing or nurturing or a position they're really fond of, they don't check out because, that's just part of good integrity.
Right.
But I think that we get caught, especially in America, we're way over on the other side. And I come from a very strong work ethic in the Berkshires. My parents worked, around the clock basically to give us the lives that we led and still do to this day. So there was never it was like, just take a few days. That's good enough. Anyways, I think I've gone on and on and on, and that's probably because I'm zealous, having lost my wallet. If anyone sees it walking down the street, please let me know. We're going to take a break on that note and catch our breath, and the drive will be back. And I think at 11 we have
a busy day,
and
all on video, I might add.
And all on video.
The drive is up first.
Yep.
We have coffee break at 11.
Coffee break.
We have Behind the News at noon and Radio Arts and Leisure at 1. So it is a busy day here in Ridgefield.
The programming here is just expanding.
It's exciting.
Yeah, okay,
it is.
we'll be back in a minute, everyone. Thanks for listening and watching.
Brakes, sprains, injuries, and pain can now
Okay,
be
a little
quickly
choppy,
and
but
expertly
we're
treated
coming
at
back.
Coastal Ortho Express in Norwalk. Why wait hours in the ER?
Oh, sorry,
Save
Coastal
a trip
Orthopedic
and
is
save
up
money
first.
Going straight to an
Stratford
orthopedic
Orthodontic
specialist
is
at
next.
Coastal
Coming along?
Ortho Express Urgent Care, 203-845-2070. No appointment necessary. Coastal Ortho
Stratford
Express
up
Urgent
next,
Care,
and then
open Monday
Alliance
through
to follow.
Saturday in the iPark building at 761 Main Avenue in Norwalk, or call 203-845-2070.
Yes, please. Black would be great.
Healthy, confident smiles begin at Stratford Orthodontic. Conveniently located on Main Street, we are Stratford's hometown orthodontist. We offer the latest in orthodontic technology, including Damon braces and Invisalign. We always accept new patients. Call today to schedule a complimentary consultation. 203-375-8332.
Eric, be ready. I'm going to flip it. After this commercial, it shouldn't have a big impact.
203-375-8332. And
It's just a different
online
port you're plugged
at
into. No big deal.
StratfordSmile.com.
Alliance. We are an industry leader in coordinating transportation for large events such as corporate road shows, conferences, and special events. Our team of experts understands the dynamics and logistics of high-pressure situations and complex arrangements, all within a rapidly changing environment. Since 1999, we have added charter jets, event management, and personal protection to our range of services. Mention this ad for $25 off your next round-trip reservation. Alliance and you. Together, we can achieve the extraordinary. 855-546-6996 or alliancelimo.com. Did you know that taking dance lessons is a great date night idea? Arthur Murray Grand Ballroom of Greenwich is a fabulous place to learn to dance and meet new people. Located at 6 Lewis Street, our studio is staffed with professional instructors ready to teach you salsa, waltz, rumba, hustle, tango. There's a dance for every season. And we are rated #1 on the Knot.com. We are the wedding dance specialists. Take advantage of our new student offer, only $49. Call 203-769-1800. Visit us online at arthurmurraygreenwich.com.
Does advertising on HANradio.com work? Just ask Coastal Orthopedics. They ran spots with us, and within 24 hours they had 21 walk-ins and 8 calls to their new immediate care center. To advertise on HANradio.com, call 203-417-5199 and ask for Marianne Hersam.
You're listening to Hersam Acorn Radio.
We are back.
We're back.
Yes, we are.
Wow, that was a quick break. I didn't even get time to comb my hair. I guess we don't need to worry about that.
Nah, we're fine.
Okay, so we're talking about why vacation is important, why we often dread it, and what we can do about it so that we don't spend the average 4 days kicking down into it, and then it's practically time to come home. And we're talking about why a collective restorative nature in and around big holidays like Christmas and New Year's helps everybody feel refreshed, maybe over party.
Sure.
And maybe one day we'll be a little more like Sweden, where we actually have a national policy of 5 weeks paid off. Now, do we have a call waiting?
We do have a call waiting.
Okay. Why don't we go to that so people stop hearing me chit-chat?
Well, we love hearing you chit-chat,
okay.
but I love hearing you chit-chat with the callers as well.
Yeah. Well, let's give the callers a little floor time.
All right,
today.
here we go.
Oh, here we go. Hello.
Oh, good morning, Miss Diane.
Hi, Diane. How are you?
I'm well. How are you?
Very good. Thanks for calling in. Where are you calling in from today?
I am calling in from Fairfield.
Oh, well, thanks for giving us a jingle. Everybody here at Hersam loves our friends in Fairfield. Go Fairfield. Kind of partial to Fairfield. Have you been listening to the show?
I have been.
Are you taking a vacation in the next week is spring vacation, so I'm assuming you're off in Fairfield?
We are. It's a full vacation week, and we're taking a family cruise with my parents and my sister and her family. It'll be great.
Okay, so you're with your family. Now, that ties into my show a few weeks ago about family gatherings and staying the course. Now, whose idea was that? Yours? Theirs? The kids?
It was my parents.
Wow.
It's their 50th wedding anniversary, and this is how they wanted to celebrate.
Oh, my gosh. My parents just celebrated their 50th wedding anniversary, too. So congratulations to them. That's certainly a milestone. Excuse me. And
sure
where are you guys going?
We're leaving out of New York.
Uh-huh.
and heading down to Bahamas and Florida.
Okay, so any expectations for this trip? Any thoughts about leaving, not leaving? Are you prepared? Is your I'm assuming your husband is going as well?
Yep.
Okay.
We have not packed yet. There's so much to do before you leave.
So, and sometimes just the anxiety of getting ready can, create the delay in relaxing and enjoying the trip. So how many are going all together?
That is definitely happening. There are 10 of us all together.
10. And is a lot of it falling on you to get it together?
Not too much, just for my own immediate family.
Okay.
But, I work, I'm a mom. There's a million things to do before you leave. I got to figure out the dog.
The dog, yeah. So what are you going to do? Let's just try to strategize it a little bit for you. What are we going to do so you create that buffer so that because I'm going to have to just speak from a mom's point of view, right? We get on the trip and we're like all exhausted because we had to do the passports, we had to do the dog, we had to, set everybody's expectations, and then we get there and we're like the limp dish rag. So what can you do to create that buffer so that you actually get on that cruise a lot more relaxed than you expect to today? And how are you going to set everybody's expectations?
I'm bringing a couple of books.
Yeah.
And some relate to work and some relate to nothing at all.
Good.
And, once I get on the vacation, I'm usually pretty good. It takes about a day or so to unwind.
So
then
you beat the industry statistic. If it only takes you a day to unwind, you're doing pretty good. How about the kids? Do they unwind quickly, and your husband, and I'm assuming your parents may, but they may not. What do you think that they're going to do? Has anybody expressed anything?
My dad is starting a job when he gets back.
Oh, gosh.
So I have a feeling that will always be in the back of his mind during the trip.
Yep.
And he and I are kind of business-minded, so I have a feeling there'll be a number of conversations over the course of the vacation where some brainstorming will go on, but I enjoy that and he enjoys that as well.
So that's actually work with a little relief, because setting that personal time. I know when I have time alone with my mom or my dad just to talk with them about whatever's going on and really have a deep, meaningful conversation. It does feel like a little mini vacation, because I never have time to give them time anymore, it seems. So on a vacation and you're kind of sharing, brainstorming ideas, that's kind of the glue that binds, right? That's where we create the memories, and people really feel that kind of lasts throughout the year, right?
Yeah.
You can have one spectacular conversation with someone outside the norm, your daily grind, and it can really set the tone not only of that relationship, but how you feel going forward.
But I thought you brought up a great point about vacation planning and the process and the stress that people go through, and sometimes it really does fall on one person. Quite often, as you were both kind of saying, it kind of does fall on the mom or the wife in a family, or present company included, a single dad. When it's just me running the ship for Sean and I, it's a lot of stress to put the whole thing together.
And I think sometimes that's even why I veer away, because I don't want to deal with all that stress. I feel like I have enough daily stresses and decisions to be made in my regular day. So that's an excuse I give to myself. I can't do it because it's just going to drive me crazy. But in reality, I think that you'll see some incredible benefits, Diane, when you go on your trip. Are you going to call back in and tell us what the successes were?
Oh, I'd be happy to.
That would be great. Because as we build the show and the format, and we continue to talk about what fuels our lives and what creates our lifestyle, we encourage everyone to call back in and tell us, so it's an open dialogue, and the listeners get something out of it too.
Right.
A couple of, okay, so give me 2 or 3 tactics you'll leave our listeners with, other than bringing books, both business and non-business. What else can we give to our listeners to suggest some comfortable planning? Building that buffer.
So the best thing I can do before I leave is make less. And, the second I think of something, I throw it on the list, and then I, cross it off as I do it. And I can leave feeling like everyth's done that be done before I go.
So make a list.
And even that means, planning for the week or two before we get back. So,
okay. That's a good one. Having some plan in place for when you get back, so you're not like me, losing your mind and losing your wallet.
Exactly.
Okay. I love those tips, and I'm so appreciative that you call in. And the coincidence of your call in is that Eva Greenwald, who specializes in vacation travel but with a focus on cruises, is calling in next, and she's going to give us some tips. So stick around and listen to her too. I don't know if you used her for your trip, but she's quite a spectacular person, and I so appreciate what you've had to say. Happy vacation, and congratulations to your parents. Happy 50th.
Yeah, definitely.
So we're going to... Oh, okay. You're so welcome. We're going to take off for a little break, and we'll be back shortly. And don't forget to stay tuned for Coffee Break at 11.
Coffee break at 11 with, let's see, Josh is here, Kate is here, John is here, I'll be along as well. At noon, it will be Behind the News with basically the same four. And then at 1 o'clock, Sally Sanders and Steve Coulter, who we continue to congratulate as becoming the editor of the Lewisboro Ledger.
Wow, congratulations, Steve.
They will be along at 1 o'clock. Mark Schumann, I believe, will be on the line, but not in-house with us. But I don't know if we have a shot of Lewisboro here. I think on the camera behind me, perhaps, but the Lewisboro logo, so congrats to Steve. But sure, let's take a break. We'll have a call when we come back.
All right. Thanks so much, guys. See you in a minute.
Located in the heart of picturesque downtown Ridgefield at 13 Governor Street, Colby's is the area's premier retailer for blinds, shades, shutters, and draperies, and is one of the select few Hunter Douglas Gallery dealers. A family-owned and operated company, Colby's experienced staff will work with you in choosing the best treatments for your home or office and offer free measuring and expert installation. Colby's also carries an extensive line of decorative fabrics including Schumacher, Durley, Tebow, and more. Or browse over 400 books in our wallpaper library from famous designers such as Stroheim, Schumacher, Ralph Lauren, Tebow, and York. Take advantage of our Fashion in Motion savings event with savings and rebates on Hunter Douglas shades with Power Rise technology. Colby's of Ridgefield. We are committed to your complete satisfaction. 203-438-8531.
Just because it's no longer boat or beach season, you don't have to abandon your lifestyle. At the Dock Shop, it's beach season all year long. The Dock Shop has just loaded up with many new products that are perfect for the gift-giving season. Fishing tackle, jewelry, nautical-themed accessories, lighting, tableware, and more. Are you heading out for a tropical winter getaway? Come by the Dock Shop and check out styles by Margaritaville Apparel, Montauk Tackle, Game Guard, and others. Stop in at the Dock Shop and enjoy the New England coast all year long. Boater, beach bum, fisherman, or simply love the New England coast, this is a unique place to shop. The Dock Shop, 51 Tokenique Road, Darien. DockShop.com.
It's Lots of Characters, specializing in children's birthday parties with your child's favorite characters. When you want to party hardy, when you need to celebrate, call us, we won't be late. We help create lasting memories for you and your child on their special day. Call us at 203-590-1791 or visit our website at lotsofcharacters.org for more information and to see our party packages. Lots of Characters, 203-590-1791 or online at lotsofcharacters.org.
Hersam Acorn and HANradio.com.
We're back.
I've missed you, by the way.
I didn't know if you were going to run the music or not. Well, we got to get used to the radio and the video. Or
yes.
At least I do. Not you, but I do.
Oh, it's been an adjustment for everyone, to be honest, to learn to look at the cameras. And some, a lot of radio shows are on TV now, and some folks just continue to conduct it completely radio-wise. And look, if it's awkward for you and I for me to turn at the camera and do this, you don't want it to be awkward either. So you and I just have a nice, conversation. But, some folks are still getting used to it around here at HAN. So we're having fun with it.
My eyebrow is going the wrong way when I'm trying to talk to you.
Let me rephrase it. Everyone's still getting used to it.
Good. So my call-in guest is Eva Greenwald of Eva's Best Travel and Cruises, as I mentioned before, out of Westport. And I met her several years ago through a networking event and through some other colleagues that I respect a lot. And I'm constantly telling her I'm going to Italy. So hopefully this show today will motivate us all to prepare for whatever dream vacation we always think about, talk about, pull the pages out of magazines and, put on our vision boards or our to-do list. Today is the day I hope that Eva's going to share with us some ideas of how she moves her clients out of their comfort zone to try new things and then puts together spectacular experiences. Is Eva with us?
I hope so.
Yes. Hi, Denise.
Hi,
Good
Eva.
Morning.
Good morning. How are you?
I'm doing great. And yourself?
Wonderful. Thank you for joining us today.
Oh, thank you so much for the invitation.
We are just...
First off, I want to I'm getting a repeat on my phone. Is that normal?
Shut the radio off behind you and just talk to us on the phone. And we'll send you
on the phone. Okay.
Just talk on the phone.
I'll bypass the reverb.
Okay. Yeah.
Again, I want to thank you so much for your kind words. I do need to correct you about one thing.
Go for it.
We do not just emphasize cruises. We customize and personalize travel for our clients at resorts, land tours, cruises, vacation home, condo, and villa rentals. You name it, we will help you get there.
I think I knew that, but I just focused on cruises because that's what's been on my mind, and the caller before was so into her cruise. And we are putting up your logo so people can see that.
So
and at the end of the conversation, we'll let you give your website as well.
Thank you.
Anyways, tell me about how you move people like me and Rob who talk about vacations, think about vacations, and want to go on a vacation. How do you move them out of their comfort zone into the action zone?
Well, I don't really move people out of their comfort zone. I work with them within their comfort zone. Nobody enjoys moving out of their comfort zone.
True.
And, we're looking at something fun, enjoyable, exciting, hopefully the trip of a lifetime for them. Many of my clients come back and tell me this was the trip of a lifetime, and that just sends me over the moon. So I am not a high-pressure person in any way. As you know, I get to spend a lot of time meeting with my clients, finding out what they want to achieve on this trip. I don't use the word expectation because I think it sets up expectation and then I'm disappointed.
Right.
So I don't want that. I want to know what they like, what they don't like. Usually there's more than one person traveling, so they have different interests. And we want to be sure that everyone's interests and desires get met.
Uh-huh.
That's important, especially the last caller you had a family, a multi-generation family of 10, which is fantastic. So you've got ages running from maybe 2 to 82.
Right,
everything
for
in between.
Sure.
And so a cruise or an all-inclusive resort are perfect for that because there are so many different activities. People can do what they want.
Mm-hmm.
They can be together. They can be separate. Nobody really wants 24/7 together.
No.
You get on people's nerves.
No.
So, what's really important is working with someone's comfort and making them feel comfortable. Then, I never had much resistance to travel, honestly.
We're getting some reverb there. What's going on? Hold on a second, Eva. Just keep going?
Okay,
all right, we'll keep going. Now, so the Daily Drive, as you know, because you've been to a few of my seminars, is about moving forward mindfully. How you fuel your mind, your body, your spirit creates your lifestyle. So for someone like me who is really wants a vacation or so says so and is a little resistant because you own your own business. You know what this is like. You don't want to leave.
I'm constantly working even when I'm on vacation.
But what would you tell someone to fuel themselves differently so that they can get a little bit of the downtime quicker than the 2 or 3 days it takes someone typically to get into the relaxation mode and enjoy? Because in the case of Diane, who called before, she's with her parents celebrating their 50th wedding anniversary. And if she didn't say all the great things that she said, she might be saying, oh my God, I can't leave my job. I'm a busy person and I have all these things and she might miss the opportunity for that bonding. So when you're crafting your experiences for your clients, and I know you do a great job of it, what are you doing when you're crafting that experience to help them jump down into that relaxation zone a little quicker?
Okay. I handle every detail for my clients. So we try to set up whatever needs to be scheduled in advance, and my clients are very clear about what that is. But we also build in free time, leisure time, relaxation time. You don't want to go from a life that's very scheduled.
Yeah.
Normally, some people do want this, to a vacation that's also as scheduled.
Yes,
So,
exactly.
for instance, I have clients. They're going on a 30-day trip through Europe. It's an ancestral roots tour, so they're visiting where her family's from in Germany and in Italy and where his family is from. And these are exciting trips.
Yeah, that's it.
So what we've done is we said, okay, how many days in each city? We schedule an orientation tour. The first full day they're there, so they get to see all the main sites. Then we schedule, in this case, 2 to 3 days after that in each city for them to go back, see things they want to see again, see new things they haven't seen. I know they have special interests, so I looked and scheduled things for them to meet those special interests. For instance, they're doing the ancestral tour. So they're going knowing that all of the main things for them are set. They know what time they're being picked up, what they're going to see, what time they're going to be dropped off. But then they also know they have some 2 or 3 days after that.
So
and that's important because they need their own time to explore.
Right. So what I'm hearing from you, echoed by Diane, is planning, pre-planning, creating that buffer.
Job.
Yes.
That's why my clients come to me.
Pre-planning and setting the tone. You're helping them set the tone. And even though
they help me set the tone. They let me know. No. Okay. They say, look, this is what I want to accomplish on this trip. So I take my lead from my clients, and every trip is different. The same way every client is different. So they set the tone, and then I basically matchmake the trip to meet their needs, their desires, their dreams.
And before we kind of conclude our conversation, my last question would be, by them helping you with their information so you can best set their tone for them, are they mindful of maybe changing their rhythm, meaning they're stepping out of a very maybe structured to this great trip, whatever you're planning for them? Does it change their perspective on the inbound? Are they saying to you, wow, that was incredible. It changed the way I look through life. I look through, a different set of lens now. My perspective was changed by the experience. Are you hearing that on the inbound?
Oh, yes, for many of them.
Yeah.
Again, what my clients will come and say, oh, I want to learn a new language. I want to learn how to cook French food. I want to walk through Bhutan and learn what life is like in Bhutan. I want to photograph Southeast Asia because I'm going to create art based on these photographs. I mean, I'm giving you examples of my real-life clients.
Oh, I know.
I have 2 young fellows right now doing an ancestral roots trip through Europe, and they got so excited doing it that their mom is now surprising the dad with the trip next year. So I know they come back saying, I look at things differently. I enjoy and appreciate life in a different way. Okay? Now, for some people, they just want R&R at the beach.
Right. That would
Okay?
be me. That would be
And
me.
That's beautiful. That's perfect. You know what you need.
But you know what?
Now, while you're doing R&R at the beach, I know you. You're going to come up with a zillion creative ideas.
Probably.
Okay? That's perfect.
And then drive Rob crazy with them later.
You know, and your trip to Italy.
Well,
you're
that's
going to come back with, look, you're an artist, you're into art, into marketing, into culture, and people of the world. You are going to come back with such an amazing perspective on all of those areas, plus areas you haven't even thought of, beyond your expectations, when you work with me on your trip to Italy.
And on that note, we are going to let you give the name of your website and your address.
Yes. Oh, thank you so much. We're Eva's Best Travel and Cruises.
Mm-hmm.
We are an affiliate of Cruise Planners and American Express Travel.
Uh-huh.
Just a little plug about Westport. We are award winners 3 years in a row, Best of Westport, Best Travel Agency. And our website is Eva's Best Travel and Cruises. Best way to reach me is by phone, 203-221-3171, or email me at we'll do Eva at Eva's Best Travel and Cruises.com.
Okay.
And thank you so much.
Oh.
And both you and I didn't catch the fellow's name.
Rob.
You both need to call me. You need to take a break.
Yeah.
Refresh, reconnect with your family and yourselves. And don't worry, I will not push you out of your comfort zone.
Okay. Thank you, Eva.
Thank
we
you so
appreciate
much.
your time.
Thank you.
Take care
Thank
now.
you so much.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
So I like that conversation because when our cup is overrun with daily stresses,
Yes.
with the to-do list, the decision-making, and so on, you get brain fog. And as much as I say, a little trip to, the day spa is great, sometimes we don't realize the cumulative effect. So that's true. You and I and a few others that I know need to be more mindful about planning. Maybe it's not 30 days off in Bhutan.
No.
But we need to create a little more mindfulness. And really that's one of the big pushes at the Daily Drive is mindfulness.
Well, I think it's the littlest things. It's like I was talking about trying to get a weekend to take Sean, and we're just going, and this is the silliest little trip, but it's this father-son thing he and I created a few years ago where we went to Scranton, Pennsylvania, and you'd think to yourself, not exactly vacation heaven. We had the best time because it was these quirky little things, including he loves trains, and there's a big train museum there,
I know.
huge train museum.
There is a great train
and
train
we
museum
just
there.
had a blast. We ate food that is not going to be found in the best cafes in Paris, but it was these father-son things. And my point is, it can be something that small.
Yeah, it can. That's the glue that bonds, those memories.
Yeah.
So when people say, okay, there's elaborate vacations, Denise, but I'm part of the American population that doesn't even get 2 paid weeks off, what do I do?
Right.
Okay, let's talk about that. If you don't have paid vacation, let's not make your work ends, let's make them weekends.
Right.
And let's do things that maybe are cultural. There's plenty of arts. Of course, I'm coming out of the creative industries. There's plenty of arts councils, art agencies that have all types of art events and cultural events throughout Fairfield County. And I'm sure with Hersam, Acorn newspapers, and Sally Sanders, and I forget the other gentleman's name.
Steve Coulter?
Oh, my God, my friend
Here
Steve.
Here at Hersam, Acorn?
Oh, here we go again. These guys will light you up with things to do. That's first, and a lot of them are complimentary. And we have so many hiking areas. So no work ends, weekends, find a friend.
Mm-hmm.
If you don't have a friend or a family member, there's plenty, like Devil's Den in Westport's a great place to hike.
Mm-hmm.
We've got incredible culture, hang out at the beach. How about some of the rides that are going on? I know that myself and Troy included are in the Blooming Metric, and I have some family members coming in from Massachusetts to enjoy that. That goes to a wonderful charity. And there's all types of things that you can do. I don't want to say free, but almost free. And when people say, well, I don't have the money, then I say shag the telephone, because that's a $70 phone bill a month, and give it a detox break and put some of that money towards some of your personal self-satisfaction and development.
Remember the off-the-air part I was going to talk about? You just hit on it.
I just hit on it.
Yes,
Okay.
you did.
And based on that, then we have to go to break,
Yes,
because
we
I'm
do.
running over.
We got to pay bills.
We'll be back. Yeah. Be back in a few minutes, guys. Thanks for listening.
Located in the heart of picturesque downtown Ridgefield at 13 Governor Street, Colby's is the area's premier retailer for blinds, shades, shutters, and draperies, and is one of the select few Hunter Douglas Gallery dealers. A family-owned and operated company, Colby's experienced staff will work with you in choosing the best treatments for your home or office and offer free measuring and expert installation. Colby's also carries an extensive line of decorative fabrics including Schumacher, Durley, Tebow, and more. Or browse over 400 books in our wallpaper library from famous designers such as Stroheim, Schumacher, Ralph Lauren, Tebow, and York. Take advantage of our Fashion in Motion savings event with savings and rebates on Hunter Douglas shades with PowerRise technology. Colby's of Ridgefield. We are committed to your complete satisfaction. 203-438-8531.
Just because it's no longer boat or beach season, you don't have to abandon your lifestyle. At the Dock Shop, it's beach season all year long. The Dock Shop has just loaded up with many new products that are perfect for the gift-giving season. Fishing tackle, jewelry, nautical-themed accessories, lighting, tableware, and more. Are you heading out for a tropical winter getaway? Come by the Dock Shop and check out styles by Margaritaville Apparel, Montauk Tackle, Game Guard, and others. Stop in at the Dock Shop and enjoy the New England coast all year long. Boater, beach bum, fisherman, or simply love the New England coast, this is a unique place to shop. The Dock Shop, 51 Tokenique Road, Darien. DockShop.com.
Alliance. We are an industry leader in coordinating transportation for large events such as corporate road shows, conferences, and special events. Our team of experts understands the dynamics and logistics of high-pressure situations and complex arrangements, all within a rapidly changing environment. Since 1999, we have added charter jets, event management, and personal protection to our range of services. Mention this ad for $25 off your next round-trip reservation. Alliance and you. Together, we can achieve the extraordinary. 855-546-6996 or alliancelimo.com.
Did you know that taking dance lessons is a great date night idea? Arthur Murray Grand Ballroom of Greenwich is a fabulous place to learn to dance and meet new people. Located at 6 Lewis Street, our studio is staffed with professional instructors ready to teach you salsa, waltz, rumba, hustle, tango. There's a dance for every season. And we are rated #1 on the knot.com. We are the wedding dance specialists. Take advantage of our new student offer, only $49. Call 203-769-1800. Visit us online at arthurmurraygreenwich.com.
You're listening to Hersam Acorn Radio.
And I'm back. I like that Arthur Murray commercial because that is a mini vacation. You plan a little date night, you go to Arthur Murray, and you enjoy.
They're wonderful sponsors and the great voice of Nora Traganese on the commercial. So there's a lot of good things going on there. And you're right. I mean, I've never done that, and I've often thought about that. Now I'm currently, free and easy or whatever. However you want to describe it. Single. Let's just go with single, Rob, and leave it at that as I begin to turn red-faced. But, yeah, that's kind of because there's romance in dancing.
There is. And, well, anything creative can be.
Even if you have 2 left feet.
Anything creative has a certain amount of romance. Now, I read an article, again, in preparing for today that said, sometimes when you go on vacation solo, hint, you can become your own networker because you have to interact with people in ways that you wouldn't if you were, entertaining a spouse or a partner or whatever, especially in foreign lands where you might not know the foreign language. And it makes you come out of your shell a little bit more. You never know who you might meet on the plane, the bus, paddleboarding. And I like that because and I'm not saying you're introverted because you're not, but it's especially great for introverts to travel solo.
I confuse people, so because there is a part of me that, here on the radio, outgoing and all, and get me in a certain social situation, and I shrink.
You're an introvert? Okay, then you need to go on a solo vacation.
I shrink.
One with Sean in Pennsylvania, and then one for you. And Eva's going to help you with that.
Okay.
Okay. So on a serious note, this is all great, but the only way that I got there was being mindful. And I do that through my 9-minute-a-day creative practice called the Daily Drive. So I write things down in a way so I steer the thought. And that starts with I am. So I am going to take a vacation, and I am going to enjoy it. And in the spirit of the drive, in prepping for the show, I mind mapped everything that I was going to talk about. Let me just show that. Another shameless plug. So this is a creative way, instead of doing a show outline, which would be so traditional.
Here, hand that over to me. I'll get it on a shot for you so we
Okay.
can show it a little more.
Okay.
I don't know.
Well,
Eric, if
people
you
are
want to pick it up over here.
Oh my God, that's so confusing. It's not confusing. 87% of us are visual learners.
Yeah.
So that says that, okay, you make your grocery list, you go to the store, and you get what's on your list.
Because it's really, I'm not sure if our viewers could see it in detail, but there's a lot of color to it, and you've got all the markers here on the table. There's a lot of stuff going on there.
Right. So some people say, I don't want to do coloring books and crayons. That's not that. It's the shift between what we talked about before, toggling the left brain and the right brain, where doodling, mind mapping, using colored pens just toggles the mind, synthesizes the information. So you saw me not reading off my notes, but I had harmonized or synthesized the data before I came in about the important things that I wanted to say, and then the things that I wanted to loosely let happen. And I hope that it showed in the show today, but that is really how I steer my goals and my intentions. And years ago, when at the point that Troy and I had been in business roughly 10 or 12 years, we had not taken a vacation. And I mind mapped it like this, and I set the tone that we would have 3 mini long weekends a year and 1 week vacation. It took a while for that to implement, but once I started it, because once you write things down, you crystallize your plan. People say, goals not written down are just dreams or wishes. So once you start to write a few things down, and this doesn't mean, methodical, hit the hammer on the head. This means allow yourself to try something different. When you try something different and you change your rhythm, new solutions come into place. And that's how I'm going to leave us for this Friday. Let's not have a workend, friends. Let's have a weekend. Let's try to shift from our left to our right brain and try something new. If you're not someone that likes to cook, cook a new recipe. If you're not somebody that likes to write some I am statements. It's the it's the drive.
It is
Fridays,
the drive.
live at Hersam.
Hersam. No H.
Oh, Mamma
H
mia.
in the beginning. Mamma
come
mia.
on. See you next Friday, guys. Thanks so much.
Coffee break is up next here on HANradio.com and on the Hersam Acorn Network. We'll talk to you in a couple.
I don't know why I'm doing that.